Let's talk Heat, please. I can't get too far away from talking about. Are you drinking again? The Miami Heat. Let's discuss this. Heat culture. Are you buying Heat culture?
You can't not buy Heat culture. It's real. I mean, you don't keep getting back to the finals with undrafted guys if the structure of development is not there. And Larry and Butler, they've proven they can recognize those outside the organization who would be great fits with what they've already built. But there is something, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies the way they talk about what goes on in that building. I mean, I have a quote from Spoelstra here from after the game. Okay, he said, Spoelstra said, things don't go your way. We just keep on forging ahead and suffer and suffer and suffer until you get what you want. Now, that reminded me of another quote from Pat Riley. Riley said, pain is not bad, it's good. It teaches you things. I understand that. Wait, forgive me, mistake, little mix-up. That's not a quote from Riley. That's from Charles Manson, okay? Interesting how similar they are, though, isn't it? Wait, here's the Riley quote I was actually looking for. Riley said, the individuals at the core of our group have worked closely together for over 20 years. We stay positive in every circumstance and put the good of the team over any personal concerns or egos. Wise words, but hold up. Apologies once again, not Pat Riley. That was from the Heaven's Gate religious group's website. That's the gang of folks who coordinated a series of ritual suicides coinciding with the approach of the Hale-Bopp comet, okay? It doesn't seem, though, that all those folks in that cult would have done quite well in Heat culture. A lot of mental toughness, willingness to sacrifice their bodies for the ultimate prize. I think they'd have fit right in.
Wait a minute. So you're accusing the Heat of being an actual cult. You're not even here to talk about culture. You're here to accuse them of actually being a cult.
Now, I would not say that. You said that just now. So now that you have, let's dig into your theory, Dan Le Batard, about how Heat culture is a cult. Thanks for saying that. Because I got a numbered quiz here, like you take on the internet, to find out if you may be in a cult. Let's take the quiz, shall we?
Okay.
Since you're the 2023 Heat expert, help me through this. Okay, so 1, at the head of the organization, there is a charismatic figure, quite often, who impresses his power and will on all those below them. Anybody like that in Heat culture, Dan? Someone with a cult personality, like a David Miscavige from Scientology, like slick back hair kind of dude, showing off his gaudy ring. Somebody like that.
That does sound like Riley. Yeah, it does sound like.
Oh, well, you're right. It does. I'm shocked. Okay, I'm sure number 2 won't apply at all, though. There's usually an enforcer within the inner circle. Someone who's been there from the beginning with institutional knowledge, who will physically correct all those who defy the will of the leader, sometimes with violence. Does that sound like anybody?
That sounds like Udonis Haslem. It does.
It sure does, Danny. So far, your theory, Dan, is right on. This is why you're so good. Dan Le Batard's Heat cult theory. You see things, you see things the rest of us can't even dream about. Number 3, the leadership within the group fosters a feeling of constant persecution, an us against the world mentality. Does that sound
Come
like
on, that's every team. That could apply to every single team ever winning in sports.
Including the Heat. So we're 3 for 3. Right. Pretty damning. But I'm sure number 4 will eliminate Heat culture from the very premise of being a cult. Number 4, there's an attempt at near constant control of the members' lives. Most often, this will manifest in dietary restrictions and manic periods of forced exercise.
All right, that's it, Brockmire. I can't have you slandering around here during this.
It's your theory.
This celebratory time, this championship effort by calling them a cult. I'm not going to let you keep doing this on the eve of a finals appearance here, besmirching Heat culture.
And not besmirch. I don't besmirch nothing. It's a compliment to say that Heat culture is a cult. Because you can do amazing things once your brain is just wiped clean, you know? Look at Scientology Tom Cruise. The man used to be an actor, good actor. Now he's a 60-year-old stuntman trying to outdo early 80s Jackie Chan. Have you seen the trailer for the new Mission Impossible? You seen this?
I have
not. The crazy son of a bitch. He flies off a cliff on a motorcycle into a base jump. I mean, the guy from Cocktail, he's now wiping his ass with Evel Knievel's memory. I mean, cults, they can do amazing things. Thus, I think that he'd have a real shot.
How about the Nuggets? I want to talk about the Nuggets as well. I don't like your Heat thoughts. So your general thoughts on the Denver Nuggets in this series are what? I'm assuming we're going to get to baseball at some point. You're not exactly a basketball expert.
I have baseball stuff, but no, I'm glad you brought up the Nuggets because Jokic, it's Jokic, right? Not Jokic, it's Jokic, right? We say Jokic. I mean, this guy's offering a representation of an underappreciated member of the basketball community. I'm talking about the YMCA superstar.
The old man game. We love the old man game around here. Tony got his shot blocked by the old man game around here.
Allegedly.
Well, I'm not just talking about the old man, like the one-legged jumpers where you don't actually jump. I'm talking about the genuine weirdos who step out onto the hard court in the knee pads and the goggles and the oddly shaped bodies, all of which work to disguise the fact that they can dominate in the game of basketball. Because that's what you find at every YMCA in America. And Jokic is in that tradition. You know, he's got the face of a little too much Sazerac. Got the face of a knockoff John Wick henchman the body of a fat kid who wore his undershirt in the pool. And he uses height and creativity. The guy, he explores passing angles previously unimagined.
It's true. He does.
I mean, similarly, I once watched a 70-year-old Catholic priest at a YMCA throwing elbows in a pickup game like a young Bill Cartwright in such a reckless manner that suggested that there was no God, no sir, just an endless sea of nothingness that always beckons us forward toward its soft embrace. That's what that guy's basketball game reminded me of. And it's that kind of unexpected, terrifying basketball beauty that one can normally only see at the YMCA. That and, a lot of urine in the pool.
That's so true.
Ungodly amounts of urine in the pool. But anyway, anywho, glad to see that type of basketball finally made it to the NBA Finals. Here's to you.
All right.
Jokic.
It's very early for the Sazerac. We're going to take a break here. We're going to come back.
Never too early for Sazerac.
It's such a funny comedic word, Sazerac, and such heavy liquor for the morning. We come back with Brockmire after this.
Should see what I drink in the afternoon.